I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since I got together like this. Time for pointless jokes and jabs to pass. Is it just me or does this look different? Let's get on with the show. The background seems different. Is it just me? Have I forgotten what it looks like? But it looks completely different. Current open for the 5th time. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Okay, I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm insane, but not. Alright. Yeah, I didn't think I got anything else. Open my e-handbook. Let's review the 18 pieces of evidence. Let's see. Explosion and a knife. Explosions burnt the upper half of the body. Fake nails. A Fenrir tattoo. A bomb. Sprinklers are programmed to come on every morning at 7:30. Makoto woke up to the announcement. Makoto and Aoi arrive in the dining hall. Makoto meets the others in the gym and they head together to the headmaster's room. And that gives Makoto the alibi of at least not placing the body there. It does look like despair. Or like a fab kitchen. Same knife used to Sam. It's also the same knife that was given to us. Tarp was hidden among the other items in the tool shed. One was filthy wet, but the other one was, yeah. There's a dead chicken. Snow corpse last night. Had a mask. Kuro Yukosaba. There are 16 participants. Wood block showed us a bunch of titanium arrows. Alright. I think I know everything I can know for now. Let's begin, shall we? Oh.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out
who done it,
then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Hero.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Yes, ghost technology. Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
To how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
An important trait.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Yes, it's a ghost.
They probably just got
Which is exactly what Shaggy would say. I'm telling you, this is Japanese Shaggy.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way the corpse was Kyoko, but if I can prove why, we're gonna be. If I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
My.
Shoot!
Okay. That wasn't what I thought it would do.
Kyoko there is...
Oh, I don't want that. Fuck, that's why.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is absolutely killed.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
See, I don't want to be going through and just guessing again, but...
There is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the fake nails because gloves and fake nails do not go together.
Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves before.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
There we go.
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Well, let me ask the women. Are you guys complicated like that? Would you wear fake nails under your gloves if you're trying to hide your hands, but you still wanted to be bitchin'?
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim?
God
First,
damn it,
we need to
hero.
figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
For anything, we have to identify the victim. I think it starts from there. Okay.
Kyoko really is still alive.
He's still on that.
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition,
It was.
and there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, it's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
Yes. Owie.
The lion will die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. Be like, you're my bitch.
You're my bitch.
Seriously? You really did something something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Bear the tattoo. I got it!
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is a cute little puppy. Is it gonna be a wolf? Yeah. Oh, whoops. Nailed it.
Now I understand.
Now I get it. Guys, I get it now.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf race. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Child of Loki Doki, eh?
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir.
Or just really like tattoos of wolves.
So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a clue last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Yoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brain!
Monokuma is a fluffy, lovable teddy bear.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there only can be 2 people. Toko and Genocide Jack!
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
Body was discovered at 9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night.
So 11 hours.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. I love how by doing this he fucks Kyoko over, but I mean, hey, it has to happen. The sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Why is it got random times? 9, 10, 11,
Have an alibi for
3?
most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit Somakoto.
I meant to hold spacebar, but I did not.
We've established a time. It took place somewhere between 9 o'clock.
Oops.
Yeah, from 7:30.
What? What? Let's...
We've established a...
Okay. What are my items?
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit Somakoto if you have any
Objections now would be the time.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
It was the wrong time. Damn it. But I was right.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
Only the mouth down south was wet.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
Whoa, now, Toko.
Me? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
All I have to do is hit her with some evidence. Oh no. Ah, shit.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! You don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! You don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
What? What?
That's enough! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me?
Okay, wasn't that.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it.
Should have been the body before, but whatever.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
That was dumb.
If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on.
Hmm.
The reason only the top half was wet was because while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Makuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
What? Threatening?
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
a trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Certain something. The tarp!
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? The body.
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. Take it, Makoto. Take it up the ass. And then let everybody die? I have to work for you, like Kyoko said.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But
Yes.
the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Shoot!
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it.
So the reason the tarp was because the sprinkler got that...
But the underside, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
No, we're not dying yet, Tare.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Yakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh!
Die?
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? Blood was camouflage?
What if, After the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
The dead chicken!
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5
I
chickens.
got it! Die!
But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
What if it wasn't a real body?
Agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
No.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off.
But that still
at 7:30.
proves Makoto's alibi, because he couldn't have done it after 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Oof.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound.
But I
Makoto's
mean, that's also
alibi
running
is
up 5
inadequate.
flat 4. Well, I guess that also... Suspicion falls back on me again, but why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. This guy's body has been added to the truth bullets. I mean, she could be trying to get somebody to accidentally say something they're not supposed to. That seems like the most likely reason.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
And it goes 100% into his body.
I'm sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what should we do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. Thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that he didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. You don't really have... I don't think she ever said she actually wanted to be with us, so we can't. Fragments near the dead body, most likely.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then...
No.
that seals it. Makoto did it.
Would you die for her?
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had the knife, that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Shoot!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found, it's the same one we get. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had the that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her,
Nope.
right?
Shoot!
Okay.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, that seals it.
Look, just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid.
If he did have that knife before,
That seals it. Just because I have that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in... It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I have that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Nope,
right?
didn't think so.
Shoot.
And lost that. Okay, I'm gonna have to think again. Boo-hoo-hoo.
I refuse to give up yet.
Okay. Which means I need to be contradicting a different one.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Ah, shit, I hit the wrong thing. Fuck.
I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before,
That seals it. Just because I have that automatic...
well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
But I don't have anything. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
The
It's...
knife we found lodged in the dead body.
which is...
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Nope, that wasn't right either. The bullets do suck, but so do the, like, ones I can absorb.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Alright, I'm gonna try...
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that...
You can literally just do this over and over, though, so, like...
Stabbed is what killed her.
So there's no... You took that knife...
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found... It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Nope. I literally don't know what this one is. I'm just gonna have to keep going through each of them.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Fucking A.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I have that automatic... well, getting... so there's no...
I only
You
have
took that
2
knife-
options to hit with. And I'm pretty sure I've done almost every single one for both of them.
We found... It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Nope. I don't...
Shoot.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It is the disguised one?
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Alright, fine. I'll try the last one on it. Like,
The knife we found... It's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I have the knife... that automatically makes...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
No, that's wrong.
yeah, you're right. That was dumb. I don't know why I didn't see that.
The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
I still think it's a fake body,
That
yeah.
should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words...
No, they were dead before
never
the
wore
explosion.
that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. Nope. Oh, and no longer was I credible. Fuck! Well, yes, I would like... I love how it's like, no, you can just give up. Big oof, right? But I'd rather just get my heart back. Ugh. There's no way that was possible, because... There we go.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Then the knife
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous...
Him talking is just a burn to himself, though.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
I got it!
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect.
You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine who ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head. Shoot!
Wait, am I not contradicting? Am I supporting?
The debate? The victim's fatal injury.
Oh, I think we just need to contradict.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't and then there's only one.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Shoot!
I thought I was contradicting the fact that he said countless, but I was gonna say it's been several days. Because our options are an explosion, a knife, countless wounds. What was it, the head wound? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, well, I don't listen to anything Hero says. I see what you mean. Okay.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of the.
Oops.
There's only one.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of the. There's only.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
But none of the... Yeah.
Then shall we
But-
continue the debate? The
Monokuma file just confirms that. The exploded body analysis just shows that it was exploded.
Kill her for sure. Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
I think I have to contradict Hina.
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that
Oops.
showed she was.
And more than that, the victim had suffered.
I think I have to
countless
contradict
wounds across her
Hina.
entire body.
Because she
Then
just
shall we
goes,
continue?
I
The victim's
guess?
fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Yes.
Shoot!
Oh, I
Then
think...
shall we continue the debate?
The victim's fatal.
The
You know what?
explosion didn't kill her
Oops.
for sure.
Well, she was already totally dead.
Oh, well,
And it wasn't
that wasn't even... Okay. Let's try that again.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire. Then shall we continue? The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see. Well, I'd rather get all my hearts back anyway, so... Rip me. I see what I'm... Yeah, that makes sense.
I refuse to give up yet.
No, yeah, I get what you're really connecting right there. I hate the fact that I have... Oh, here's all your evidence. Too bad you're gonna have to pull other bullshit out.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Nope. Okay, it is connected. Sure.
Then shall
I can do that.
Victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't hit.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't even.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit up.
And more.
I hate that half the time it's you have to support evidence and the other half of the time it's to contradict the evidence. I think that's what's throwing me sometimes.
Continue the victim's fatal
Injury has yet to be.
There we go. No, it was contradictory. God, I read.
Died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Yeah, it's
Good point.
it's annoying,
I guess they don't really matter.
but yeah.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
Very frustrating.
What was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
That's not thick.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Fake nails.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed him. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
LOL.
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
No, right.
I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
Don't blame Hina for doubting it, but because there's one more thing about that weapon, one more secret. Probably the bloody duct tape is going to be my guess.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
You sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
You bundled them up and whack.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Specifically 10
Inside
other.
the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Uh-oh.
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Evidence that she went to the...
I got it!
Die!
The thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could that be when? Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know?
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? He actually looks puzzled. Alright, I gotta review Byakuya's account. Also said that he assured him... What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
He'd hide everything from you.
That you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Byakuya should know that Kyoko didn't do it. But why him? Because he has her key!
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
What?
Those words you just spoke.
Right, but that wasn't it. Unless it's a different... Right. Except for that's a 100% lie, because we know she can.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Nope, not there either.
Shoot! Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what
I'm not the killer.
You should understand that Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct.
Shoot!
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
I did that.
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
I already did that and it was wrong.
You stated it.
You said I hid
Do
the
that
evidence
thing
of
like
my
before.
crime in the dojo locker.
And then left the locker.
Oh, I see what you did. I see.
Exactly. I'm not, but you should
Yes.
understand.
I got it.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated it.
You said I hid the evidence of my crime and then left the locker key in my own room.
Correct. But
I hated Connect 4, just an FYI. I always missed the obvious things and I lost.
Master would never.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
I hate Connect 4. Except for the problem is, we know for a fact she can get into these rooms.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There's a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie, but this just isn't like her. Try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer, or is it something else? Is there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mysteries of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko, but what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? Mastermind's trap. The victim was Mukuro. Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it, but who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? Are there actual different endings, or do I just lose if I choose the wrong one? Because I know what I'm supposed to do. But I want to know if there are other choices that actually... God damn it. Because she's constantly told us to not trust anyone. Just run away. Oh, God. Personally, or as the character? I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
And there's just Monokuma.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial.
Of course Makoto is sad.
Kyoko even said it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Only... Oh, I got an A somehow! Yay! Only 82 medals, though.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice?
Die?
Or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job. Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. Makes perfect sense. Same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Chills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I? Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
That is an oof. After school lesson. Is that... Yep, that was sperm and an egg. Loyalty to the fault. Oh. Oh. Alter ego saved us. Haha? What's that? What's going on? Hey, was that... Oh yeah, it had to be. Alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this. It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. What was that? What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch. An itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never going to see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers all over all of the buildings in this bustling urban area. See, it's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It's built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you are scouted by the school itself. Standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with ultimate students was me. Huh? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what am I doing to sleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Gah. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together. And then, I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. It was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. That was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used the last little bit of strength he had to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. With that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much of what I'm seeing down here. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Is that an airplane? How did something like that end up in the school's garbage pit? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at all, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be certain which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but still not enough reason to give up because Because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was cry. Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Crunch. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
This place smells awful. Styling, though, with that cup. Kyoko, you look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing down here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. Glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. Well, we can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. I got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come down to rescue me? To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You.
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there's a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? Made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak for one very important reason. So you have a reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did. Once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's impossible. Amnesia. Then, is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? Talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation with myself. A disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I had forgotten. Couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems too convenient. I'm saying you think you lost your memory because I don't think I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plan. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However.
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mysteries of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you? If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility, but since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Mastermind, one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her, in which case it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However.
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. I should understand everything.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Good. It's just like the dreams I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right? Just fucking tell her!
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I've never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Aha! Called it. The ultimate detective. And the reason I came to Hope Speak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. Who?
so
Well, I was the headmaster of Hope Speak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Ultra Ego told us he thought the headmaster was evolved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
What?
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. Listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. I mean, the headmaster, right?
it's true.
It was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's the layout of the entirety of Hope Speak Academy. Found it in the headmaster's room along with Makuro's file and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. Assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you were there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? Hard to describe, all I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized, whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so
I can't explain it, you need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important, and really ominous.
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor dorms, there were no cameras, which is why I had no idea what was going on. And the rest. Had to do with Mukuro Kusaba, did, isn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway.
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole the key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial. It was. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. I mean, because of the school regulations.
That's right.
Exactly. Minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak at your discretion.
In other words,
Mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. Mastermind couldn't step in because of the rule. That makes it sound like Mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have been the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
This is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell. I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. That's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? Mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
Right, that is a contradiction, but it's not just Bakuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all
In
mean?
other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. Identify of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
Think about it. The ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate... Oh my god. These people are back again. Cool.
It would seem
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair, then they are,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. That chapter name doesn't make sense. The pain of a junk food junkie? That doesn't make sense. Just saying. We got the Dream Island rocket. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. And that is where we will end off this stream. So, yeah. Lou is right. So, yeah, we're gonna end this off here today, and we will pick it up again next week. Tomorrow we will be doing the next chapter in Tales from the Borderlands. Saturday we will be doing some Final Fantasy IX. Nothing on Sunday, and then Monday through Friday we'll be doing Tales, Danganronpa, and Dragon Quest. So, that's the schedule for next week. More specifically, when we'll do Danganronpa will be coming up later. Excuse me. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And until the next time, a stay funky people.